Season 4, Episode 3 of Only Murders in the Building, titled 2 for the Road, is 40 minutes long. And the reason it's called 2 for the Road is because the actors that are playing these characters in this series come in and kind of, pair up to go do certain things and kind of figure out what's going on and who killed Saz and who actually is the one out to get Charles. Now we see Eugene Levy pair up with Charles Hayden Savage, played by Steve Martin. We see Eva Longoria paired up with Mabel, Selena Gomez's character, and Zach Galifianakis paired up with Martin Short's character, Oliver Putnam. Now, not only that, we see Divine Joy Randolph's character as Donna come in and tell her and give her cop monologue to Oliver, Charles, and Mabel, saying that now the FBI is involved and she can't really do anything about it. And she kind of has this thing for Zach Galifianakis, and it's a really fun thing that is a scene. Now, we see that Eugene Levy and Steve Martin, Charles's character, we see that they go to Vince Fish's apartment, played by Richard Kind, the one who has the pink eye, and just to see why and what it is and how to get the patch to see what's going on. You then have Eva Longoria and Selena Gomez's character as Mabel go to Rudy Thurber's character, the Mr. Christmas guy, played by Kumail Nanjiani, who is, here nor there. And then Zach Galifianakis and Martin Short's character of Oliver really don't go anywhere. They just sit there with a ham radio trying to listen in, but Howard comes in, and we know where the pig went from the previous episode. Of course, Howard found it roaming the halls of the Arconia, and of course Howard is going to find the pig, and seeing Howard once again in another episode is really, really good. It's just that character is so boisterous and fun, and really is the positive attitude towards certain things, and how the character development is done for that. It's really, really good. Now, let's start with the Steve Martin and Eugene Levy scenes where they go to Richard Kind's character's Mr. Fish, the pink eye guy, and kind of do certain things, and kind of, it's a comedic thing. And seeing all three of those iconic comedians in one scene is really, really rare. I mean, come on, Steve Martin, Richard Kind, and Eugene Levy. When is another time you will see that, or if it did happen in any TV show or movie for that matter? So Eugene Levy comes up with an idea. Well, let's do a spit take so we can get the eye patch off and see what's happening. Before then, they kind of have this story where they're going through and trying to tell, like, I have these eye drops, need to do this, use that, have that. But that doesn't work, and then he does the spit take. But as Eugene Levy does the spit take, Fish kind of punches him in the face, makes him bleed. And, they find out that Fish is a really awkward person, so is Steve Martin, and they kind of share a hug. But as Eugene Levy is hugging Fish, he points to something, and it's a picture of everyone, and it's of Vince, Rudy, Inez and her family, Alfonso, and Anna, and then someone else whose face is crossed off, but who is that? We don't know who it is. So that closes that scene out, or that character development, their character study between that. Then we go to Mabel and Eva Longoria, who go to see Rudy Thurber, Kumail Nanjiani's character, who is the Mr. Christmas. They go in, they do things, and Eva Longoria is that kind of annoying actress in this who just does her own thing, but it's done really well, where you can see the aspect of, she's trying to do certain things. She just doesn't care. Mabel's there, and Mabel's trying to figure out, like, okay, he has a ham radio. All of a sudden, that played the theme to the show Perfect Strangers. And, Rudy gets up, puts it away, and there's a gun on the wall. And it's like, what is going on? What's happening? So as Mabel's, trying to figure things out, Eva Longoria just goes into her spiel and trying to scare Rudy to give us the information of what's happening. And she kind of shoots this gun, but then you find out it's a toy gun, and it's the toy gun from A Christmas Story. And then the truth is revealed by Rudy that he doesn't like Christmas. And he is actually a fitness influencer. And one of his fitness videos that was kind of Christmas themed blew up and went viral. So now he has to stick with the Christmas theme. And he absolutely doesn't like it at all. It was a nice kind of reveal. And it's funny to see that character in this. And it was really, really good to see how the two dynamics of that instance and that kind of scene happened, which was really, really good. Now we go to Zach Galifianakis and Martin Short's character, Oliver. the character study is not here nor there, because Zach Galifianakis is just doing it just to, do it for the money, evidently, which how his character is. Nonchalant, doesn't care. But Martin Short wants to put everything into the Oliver character, into Zach Galifianakis, to capture that momentum. They go on a shopping spree, stay together, and while Howard is staying back listening to the ham radio. And as they're doing so, the montage is to the theme of Perfect Strangers once again. So instead of, I want to say, Two for the Road, this episode should have been called Perfect Strangers, but that's just my opinion. So we see that Oliver gets back to his apartment. Howard is there with Kristen Pig, or Gloria Swanson, or whatever they're trying to name the pig, which is really, really funny in its own right. We then see that Howard kind of figures out what to do, but then on in another room, Zach takes a call from his agent, who says, "Why did you give me this position? This guy's not whatever he is. He's so many scarves. He's not into it." And Howard and Oliver listen in, and Zach's like, "Oh, I gotta leave," and it stops, and Howard has this crazy monologue defending Oliver, and it's really, really good. And Zach's like, "That's what I wanted. That's what I need." So all that's happening. We then see the instance of what's going on with Mabel. And then Mabel, as she's walking out, she stays behind and goes into the apartment where evidently Dudenoff is staying. Now, Dudenoff is evidently a retired professor. We don't know who he is or what's going on, but the aspect is like she invites Oliver and Charles to kind of be squatters for the time in that apartment with the pig, and they're trying to figure out. And then Mabel goes into the Perfect Strangers theme song. She sings it and everything. And it's like they're putting things together. They have the ham radio there. And it's like, what is 445? It's a frequency on the ham radio. Mabel dials to that. And all of a sudden someone comes through. And it's like, what is going on and what's happening? And that's the end of the episode. Yes, I know I just told you the entire gist of this season 4, episode 3 of Only Murders in the Building, but let me tell you, it was absolutely mind-blowing. Just to see how everything is put together with so many actors in this season is absolutely mind-blowing, because just to write certain characters the way it's supposed to be written, and these actors playing themselves to play other actors who are playing another character, is really, really well done. We still don't know what happened, what is going on, who killed Saz, and why did they want to kill Charles. Is Dudenoff really a person? Who was the face that was crossed out in the group photo that Vince had in his apartment, along with Rudy, Inez, Alfonso, and Inez's daughter? So it's like, what is going on and what is really happening? After I watched the episode, I was like, it would be interesting to see Bronson Pinchot as Balky show up, or a different character, so to speak, to see if he's actually Dudenoff. That would be pretty cool to see Bronson Pinchot as a surprise cameo in this season, and to figure out why, if he did want to go after Charles, or was it Saz, and Jan is kind of being the one who wanted Saz dead also. We don't know. So many questions still need to be answered, but they're going in a way where it's done so well. Here's the interesting thing about this series. After the big season 4 premiere and how many people watched episodes 1 and 2, Only Murders in the Building has been renewed for season 5. So I'm just going to leave it at that, because then at the end of the 4th season, something's going to happen, which then lead into season 5. But what that is, we don't know. And how much can you do of a whodunit murder mystery in Arconia, in the Arconia apartment complex? We get more characters, will we get more actors? It's insane how well this show is written, and for it to be created by Steve Martin and John Hoffman is absolutely mind-blowingly brilliant, because they're getting stars from the yesteryears. They're bringing in very fun comedic actors, drama actors, and actors that we know and love, and it's just like, okay, what is happening? What can happen in this 4th season? I mean, listen, mind-blowing. I absolutely love this series. It's like a comedy and a drama. It's a dramedy. It's a true crime. It's everything rolled into one, and it but it's done so well, and I'm surprised that it's done so well, because a show like this with good writing and actors who can actually put forth that talent to see, oh, mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. So let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Season 4, Episode 3 of Only Murders in the Building, titled 2 for the Road. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspects of each of the pairs going in their separate ways, telling different stories in a 40-minute episode? Who do you think is out to get Charles? Why do you think they're out to get Charles? What does, the aspect of Vince and Rudy have? And who do you think was the face that was crossed out in that picture? And who do you think is the, person that's squatting in this kind of apartment complex, or, in the West Tower? Or do you think that it's just made believe? And who do you think was on that ham radio? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning into my review of this episode of Only Murders in the Building. And be sure you tune in next week for my Season 4, Episode 4 review of Only Murders in the Building.